Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the Armory. Welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to Arsenal News. We do have a bit of news to talk about. We've got some updates, we've got some transfer gossip, and we've got some good news regarding Arsenal women's. So we're going to get into that as well. Let's get into the comments first. Big up to Munzi. Having a typical dig at us as always. Big up to Tamina Ahmed. Declan Rice to Arsenal is close to joining Arsenal. We will get into that. Don't worry, that is on the topics. There is a few topics tonight, and there's a bit of paper talk too. And we do get into paper talk regarding, who are most likely. So I ignore the ones that are not going to happen. I do pay attention to the ones that could happen. So we'll get into those later. Good evening to Tony. Good evening to Luke. Big up to Guna. Greg, is there any Saliba news? Not as of yet. We are very confident we will sign a contract, but there has been no new update, no new news since the last time we spoke about it. So I haven't got a topic about it because it hasn't changed from the last time we spoke. So I'll only update when there's an update. I won't just keep continuously talk about the same story because there is no update as of yet. When there is, I will definitely let you know. What I will tell you is regarding his injury, he will be back hopefully in full training by July, which is positive news because that's when our pre-season starts. So that's positive. Now, obviously, we've got a whole month before he comes back into full training to get this contract. Now, I am very confident. Arsenal are very confident that he will sign the new deal. It will be for a big salary. I will warn all Arsenal fans that it's going to be a big salary. However, I do believe he deserves it, and I'd rather us keep him than we lose him. So I don't mind about the money, if I'm honest. It's not my money, so I'd probably stress a little bit more if it was my money, but it's not my money, so I don't mind. And fingers crossed, exactly. Fingers crossed. Look, I'm very confident. Arsenal are very confident. So, I have faith that we'll get it because we know how important it is. Anyway, let's get into the first bit of news. And it is that Emile Smith-Rowe is going to be staying at the club and it will be with a new role. He is being trained and excelling very, very well at his new 8 role. So he is going to be a midfielder, as many of us have all stated very, very clearly in the past, that he is a new midfielder, not a left winger. He might compete, he might play out there sometimes, but his main position will now be midfielder. So big up to Emile, and I'm very, very, very thankful that you will be staying with us for the foreseeable future. So big up to Emile Smith-Rowe for definitely staying. We'll move on to the next bit of story, which is a new striker incoming with no threat to Jesus. Now, I've put that in there specifically for people not to worry that if a new striker does come in, it means 0 towards Jesus' future because we are looking at a different type of striker. So not the Jesus type. It will be a tall, strong striker. There has been a few linked with us. Vlahovic is available. That guy there that's in the picture is Sanibria. He's around 27 years old from Torino. About £22 million would get him. He plays, this guy specifically, Sanibria, is very similar to Giroud. So it's an interesting signing if he is the one. But don't rule out a new striker coming in, but it will mean 0 threat to Jesus at all. It's just a different option, which I do believe we will need. Would it have any bearing on Eddie? Look, there is a few rumblings that Eddie might move on. If there is any concrete stuff, I will bring it to you. But as of yet, it is definitely just chitter chatter, nothing concrete. So if it does break, if it does come out through the grapevine that Eddie is possibly leaving, I will definitely let you know. Big up to Luke saying here, ESR to play in the Euro under-21s in the summer, so hopefully has a good tournament. Brook Norton Coffee, hopefully in the under-20s tonight against Italy, 10 p.m. Yep, they will be. Obviously, Brook Norton Coffee played in the final on Saturday against Luton. Unfortunately, didn't get the result they wanted. Big up to Luton, who are now coming up to the Premier League. But yeah, Smith Rowe, when he does play for the under-21s, is more of a midfielder. So if you get to see the under-21s, watch him play for England, and you'll see what a lot of us have seen, that he is more of a midfielder than he is a winger. He's very talented, and I'm definitely excited to see him as part of the midfield squad rotation. I'm going to say that specifically because with Smith Rowe staying, it doesn't mean we're getting less midfielders than we were planning. It just means he will be a squad rotation. He's available. We'll be pushing on for a position in the first 11. So we will definitely see Smith Rowe next season. That's for certain. I've no, well, as long as he stays fit, obviously. Moving on to the next one, more Brazilian talent incoming. Now, obviously, over the past few weeks, there has been at least 3 Brazilians being mentioned. There will be 2 that I talk about specifically in the paper talk. They are ones that I definitely think we should keep an eye out for. There is also a Pedrino, who has also been linked. And Edu is now using his contacts more intently right now in Brazil to sign some new Brazilian talent. And rightly so. The talent in South America is crazy. We should definitely tap into that. And hopefully we find another Martinelli. I put Martinelli on there mainly because of me, because I love Martinelli. He's my favourite player at the moment, Arsenal. So, yeah, let's hope that we get some new Brazilian talent. But there will be 2 that I mention in a bit on Paper Talk. Okay, we're going to talk about the decisions on Xhaka and Nelson. Xhaka, we're waiting for the announcement of what he's decided to do. This may have a knock-on effect with another 2 news stories that I've got coming on. But regarding Reece Nelson, we're waiting to see if he's signing the new deal. Obviously, if we sign Nelson, it may help us with different targets, because if Nelson stays, that's an extra winger. Maybe we don't require such a talented winger. We may just be more focused on the forward area. But as I said, there is paper talk. There is another winger that we have been linked with, and it's a strong link. So we shall talk about that shortly. This one is an important talk right now. There is a lot of rumblings that Arsenal are close to sealing Caicedo for £75 million. We currently don't have any challengers for Caicedo's signature. So this one is definitely one to watch out for. This is the big one right now. This is the one we are probably the closest to, due to the fact Caicedo doesn't have anything else really to concentrate on. So yeah, Gunnar Greg, Asensio on a free. Now Asensio has been linked with Aston Villa. That there is good links between him and Unai Emery. We will have to wait and see. Personally, I wouldn't want Asensio. I know a lot of people do. Not for me. I think it would be a bit of a problem for Martinelli and Saka. I know we want squad rotation. I know we want good competition. I don't think Asensio is that type of player. I don't think he works hard enough, in my opinion. Big up to Brenny, Bob Bro, and to all in well, absolute gent you are, Brenny, every single time. And we're going to talk about Declan Rice. Now, obviously, there has been rumblings in the press that Bayern Munich are in pole position for Declan Rice. Not 100% true. Now, Declan does not want to leave England. There has been chat with Thomas Tuchel about Declan going to Bayern Munich. There has been a bid that has gone in. As far as I'm aware, it has not been rejected or accepted as of yet. However, there are 3 other clubs. Hang on. two other clubs in England. Trying to think, count in my head there. There's two other clubs in England that we do need to worry about, and that is Man United and, funny enough, Chelsea. Now, if Chelsea get Ugarte, Chelsea get then off the worry list. Man United, yes, they could come in for him, but themselves have a problem themselves, and that is the takeover. They need to get the takeover sorted and get the money in ready to pay the fee that West Ham want. But the other issue that we've got for Declan Rice is he is got to play the Europa Conference final, and then we've also got international call-ups. So it's not going to be a quick one, this one, if I'm honest. I can't see Declan wanting to announce anything before the West Ham game next week, I believe it is. And then we've got internationals. I think this will be a slow story. I don't expect anything done within 2 weeks, if I'm honest. That's my opinion on this one. So about 2 weeks, maybe we might hear a bit more news about Declan Rice. Just want to quickly big up to Wubben Moy. She has been selected for the 2023 World Cup England squad happening in Australia in July and August. Unfortunately, she is the only Arsenal rep due to the fact Mehmed did not get fit enough to be called up. So get well soon, really, really soon, Beth, because I really want to see you next season. And Leah obviously is out injured still as well. But big up to Ruben Moy, you were selected, and big up to you. Hope you have a fantastic competition. And want to quickly talk about big up to our Highlanders, Nwaneri and Lewis Skelly, who have helped the England under-21s qualify for the World Cup. Unfortunately, didn't do so well in the Euros. However, they have managed to help England qualify for the World Cup. So big up to Ethan and Miles. And hopefully we get to see them a little bit more next season, especially Ethan. Right, let's get into some paper talk. Right, Arsenal and Man City are vying to try to sign Michael Olise. Now, Michael Olise is 21, plays for Crystal Palace. I've got my little notebook here. He's played 37 games this season. He's got 2 goals, 11 assists. Has a very good season for Crystal Palace. The value would be about 40 million. So not too bad. His contract does run out in 2026. He can play attacking midfielder and right wing, so it would be a very good competition for Saka. Personally, I would absolutely love this deal, if I'm honest. I'm going to definitely keep an eye out for this one. This would be amazing. Lucas is quickly asking here, how's Beth Mead? I know she was hoping to be fit in time. She'll be devastated, no doubt, to miss out. Yeah, just not fit enough, unfortunately. She was very close to being okay, but yeah, it's just sadly at the last hurdle, she just didn't get fit enough. So big up to Beth. I'm sure we'll see her next season in the WSL, and I very much look forward to seeing her. But yeah, brilliant stuff. Thanks, Luke. Move on to the next player. Arsenal, Manchester United, and Tottenham tracking Marcos Leonardo. Now, this guy is 20, plays with Santos. His contract runs out in 2026. At the World Cup in under-20s, which Moss is definitely watching, he's played 3 games, 3 goals. In the league, 11 games, 4 goals, 2 assists. The fee is approximately about 30 million, but it could be a little bit less if we do go in for him. He looks very talented. This is one of the Brazilians I'm definitely looking forward to seeing if we can get him. Is there any legs in Ethan to City rumours? Unfortunately, yes. We are hoping we can tempt him to stay. However, City have offered him a very interesting contract with a good long-term plan of how he develops. That's the important thing for Ethan, is the fact that there's a long-term plan of what to do with him. So it's like a case of, we'll sign you, go and loan you to this club, loan you to that club. Hopefully in those 2 years, you would have developed enough to then be pushing for the first team. So it's all about long-term deals and long-term plans for Ethan. And I totally get it. And I do believe that he might sign for City, if I'm honest. I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong sometimes. But yeah, I think there's definitely legs in it, and I do believe he could leave. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. We'll definitely update you if that does happen. But at the moment, he still belongs to us. So fingers crossed he stays with us. Let's talk about the next paper talk. Arsenal have made an offer to sign one of the best prospects, Fresneda. I don't know how you actually say his name. I'm going to have to learn how to say it. I always call it Fresneda, but I'm pretty sure it's not that. He is 18, plays for Real Valladolid. He's played 22 games this season. He's not had an outstanding bit of season, to be honest. If I'm honest, but he does look very talented. He's a typical right back. He can play left back. So yeah, and the fee's about 20 million. So not a bad deal. He's 6 foot tall as well, which is actually quite interesting. So yeah, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Surely we have a similar long-term plan in place if he signs pro terms with us too. I would have thought so. However, Ethan has definitely had his head turned by City. Big up to Bargav. What's the news? Well, we've talked about Smith Rowe. We've talked about Xhaka, Nelson, Caicedo, Rice. So yeah, there's a bit of news, and a lot. Obviously, the rest of it is paper talk. So currently, I'm on paper talk. But big up to Bargav. Did they rule that right again? No, they haven't ruled him out yet. Let's move on to the next one. Arsenal and Aston Villa interested in signing Ibrahima Bamba, Ivory Coast, 21-year-old from Victoria in Portugal. His contract runs out. For some reason, I've got 2077 here, but I'm pretty sure it's 2027. He's had a decent season in the Portuguese league. He's played 28 games. He is a very progressive defender, by the way. He has a lot of ball and brings it out. So again, he's very much in the mindset of Saliba. So if you do get the chance to try and watch a video of him, please do. This guy is very talented indeed. The fee would be about £25 million for him, maybe a little bit more. There is an actual release clause of 30 million euros. There is a little bit of negotiation happening with some clubs at the moment for him, but yeah, this guy looks very talented. Does he excite me enough for next season? If I'm honest, no. I would prefer Satalo, but I trust what they're looking at, and I've seen him enough to go, yeah, I can see what you see. Let's move on to this one, which is Arsenal target Matthias Franca, who could be the Cazorla 2.0, they say. Very good midfielder. 19 years old, plays for Flamengo. Had not a bad season in Brazil. He can play defensive midfielder, and attacking midfielder. The fee would be around 25 million. Again, he's quite exciting, but if I'm honest, I'm more excited about Leonardo. If I'm choosing, that's the guy I'm more excited by. But it's the fact that we're being linked with Brazilians, which I do kind of like. There are good deals out there, so if we can get a few Brazilians in the squad, I'm very happy about it. We're going to move on to the final bit of paper talk. Arsenal want to sign Noah Darvic, a teenager compared to Musiala. He is 16 years old, plays for Freiburg. His contract runs out in 2024, so he's only got 1 year left on his deal. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit confusing, right? So he plays for the under-17s for Freiburg. He's played 8 games, scored 5, 3 assists. For the German under-17s, he's played 13 times and scored 5 times. He's very talented. There is a lot of chat about this kid. There are others looking at him, Man City being one of them. So that is an exciting name to be linked with, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for this kid in the near future. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. As I said, I will be doing these twice minimum a week. If there is breaking news, I will be bringing it to you. But I do want to talk about something that is happening this Sunday. There will be 3 shows in total, all on the same subject. All will have different people on, all to get their own specific views. And it will be this. So it is the Armory Awards of the season. We have 2 wonderful guests coming minimum at the moment on Sunday. Satvik and Moss will be joining me on Sunday evening. But yeah, so look forward to that. Make sure you turn your notifications on, and you'll definitely be able to watch it. So I can't wait to see all of you involved in the chat on Sunday for that one. There will be 3 different streams. We're trying to get everyone that we know that around the world, different time zones, to do a stream with us about it, so they can get their own opinions. Because what I like to do is get different people's opinions, because I can guarantee I know Moss's player of the season already. It's written already, but I want different people's opinions. Like mine are totally different to probably Moss's. So it's just great to have different streams with people. All these guys, a bunch of pretty boys that play, are all actually really good. Bargev, I promise, I don't write any name down that I don't get excited by and that we're not actually possibly interested in. So yes, they're all proper good players. I will be honest, if there's someone that we are linked with and it's a proper player that we're properly linked with and I don't like him, I'll still mention it, but I will say I don't like him. Simple as that. I won't hold any punches on here. Big up to you, Bargo. Thank you very much. Guys, that is it for now. I will be back. Don't know when, but I definitely will be back Sunday. But if there is breaking news for the Arsenal, I will be bringing it. And there will be some more Arsenal news, definitely twice next week. There might be another one this week. It depends what comes out. But yeah, guys, really appreciate it. Nice quick stream. Thank you for getting involved. If you're watching back on playback, please let me leave a comment on any player that you've heard of that you're excited to see and let me know. Cheers, guys. Take care.